And by the time Tinubu is able to secure the South his own basket, Wike will become irrelevant, and he'll remove him. I'm telling you that. He will remove him because he held him for a purpose. He's appointed Wike for a purpose, giving him the office for a purpose, and by the time the purpose is no more, that's the end of it.
The National Working Committee of the party has warned members of the party expressing support for President Bola Tinubu to retrace their steps or face stiffer sanctions. The party criticized errand members for their action, describing them as anti-party and against the opposition party's constitution. The NWC expressed dismay over the persistent public media outbursts against the PDP by some prominent members whose actions and utterances, including their declaration of support and willingness to work for the victory of the APC in the 2027 presidential election.
And we've been having this kind of problem, of impunity, of people openly, castigating the party, denouncing it. And so, for almost 18 months now, this action had been tolerated. The party has its own constitution, where if you breach the party's code and constitution, you are sanctioned. But somehow, the working committee or the head of the party lack the kind of capacity and maybe the courage to do the right thing. But I'm happy now that having seen the fact that we are now going into a ditch. They are now, the party executive are now becoming alive to their own responsibilities. They are now standing up and they are talking. And I'm happy they are now talking because it's the only way we can induce discipline in the party. And therefore, all those area members, the Wikis, the Ortoms, the Epezo, and others who openly campaign against PDP in 2023 election, and who said they're also going to work for APC in 2027, should be sacked from the party. And that's why I say, I will no longer attend the parties, either a next meeting or BOT until and unless these, members are sacked from the party. Now, coming to the issue of Jonathan, I think the next couple of weeks, are going to be very, very kind of interesting because things are very, very dynamic. The way things are happening, with such quick succession. If Jonathan is stepping in, then you're going to have, ADC, PDP, and the APC. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I like, the more the merrier. Like, to me, I love a crisis assured whereby, there are challenges. And I think Jonathan is most welcome. He's most competent. He's very qualified, eminently.
The People's Democratic Party, once Nigeria's most dominant political machine, is now locked in a civil war. A war not against the ruling All Progressives Congress, the APC, but against itself. On one side, PDP loyalists cry for blood, demanding the expulsion of so-called traitors who openly campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC. On the other side, powerful PDP figures, sitting governors, ministers, and political heavyweights who are smiling alongside the APC, endorsing Tinubu for 2027 while still wearing the PDP colors. And in the middle of the storm, a familiar name has re-emerged: Goodluck Jonathan, the soft-spoken former president, who some in the party now see as the only hope. But can Jonathan save the PDP, or has the party already crossed the point of no return? This is the inside story of Nigerians' opposition civil war, the PDP. Former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido has thrown the first political grenade. Sule carried the anger of a man who has seen his party bled for too long. All those erring members who say that they are going to work for the APC in 2027 should be sacked from the party, Lamido declared.
And so they felt that the only way is simply turn around against the party and they fight the party. And we've been having this kind of problem, of impunity, of people openly, castigating the party, denouncing it. And so, for almost 18 months now, this action had been tolerated. The party has its own constitution, where if you breach the party's code and constitution, you are sanctioned. But somehow, the working committee or the head of the party lack the kind of capacity and maybe the courage to do the right thing. But I'm happy now that having seen the fact that we are now going into a ditch. They are now, the party executive are now becoming alive to their own responsibilities. they are not standing up and they are talking. And I'm happy they are not talking, because it's the only way we can induce discipline in the party. And therefore, all those area members, the Wikis, the Ortoms, the Epezo, and others who openly campaign against PDP in 2023 election, and who said they're also going to work for APC in 2027, should be sacked from the party. And that's why I say, I will no longer attend the parties, either a next meeting or VOT until and unless these, members are sacked from the party. And I'm happy that, the party is now up and doing, and there's kind of glimmer of hope. And I'm happy that they're going to act. So when they do this, then the PDP will be fully restored. And the confidence which was lost, the trust will now be reignited. And I'm happy that, the party is now really becoming alive. I'm happy if they do that.
He didn't mix words. His target list was clear. Nyesom Wike, former Rivers State Governor and current Minister of the FCT. Samuel Ortom, former Benue State Governor. Okezie Ekpazo, former Abia State Governor, and others who openly campaigned against the PDP in 2023. For Lamido, the issue isn't personal. It is about survival. He believes the PDP has developed a dangerous culture of impunity where members sabotage the party without consequence, and he has had enough. So much so that he is boycotting all meetings of the party's board of trustees until these traitors face punishment. This isn't just a warning, it is a declaration of political war from one of the PDP's founding giants. To understand the gravity of this crisis, you have to remember where the PDP came from. Founded in 1998, the People's Democratic Party was more than just a political party. It was a political empire. From 1999 to 2015, the PDP held Nigerian's presidency, controlled most states' governments, and dominated the National Assembly. Its slogan, "Power to the People," wasn't just a campaign chant. It was a promise that the PDP would be the party of stability and national unity. But everything changed in 2015 after years of internal disputes, corruption scandals, and bitter defections. The PDP lost the presidency to the APC's Muhammadu Buhari. It was the first time in Nigerian's history that an incumbent president was defeated at the ballot box. The loss wasn't just a political setback. It was a crack, opened deep rivalries that have never healed in the PDP. Fast forward to today, the PDP's National Working Committee has finally had enough. In a strong worded statement, they want that any member openly endorsing Tinubu for 2027 must retrace their steps or face a stiffer sanctions. They point to Section 10, Subsection 6 of the PDP's constitution. No member shall align with other parties to undermine the PDP or any of its elected governments. The leadership is blunt. These anti-party activities have caused division, disaffection. If the bleeding isn't stopped, the PDP risks becoming irrelevant before the next election even begins. The stakes are so high that with the 2025 National Convention scheduled for Ibadan in November of this year, the party wants the discipline question settled before that day arrives. Because by then, the battle lines for 2027 will be firmly drawn. Because if the PDP leadership thought a warning would scare the rebel, they were wrong. On July the 28th, former Ekiti State Governor Ayo Farishe stood before cameras at an APC event and declared his support for Tinubu's second term 5 days earlier. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke made the same move, telling reporters that he and the Osun PDP were behind Tinubu for 2027. And they are not alone. Several PDP lawmakers and former governors are now openly fraternizing with APC leaders, calculating that Tinubu's re-election might be their ticket to political survival or reward. To party purists like Lamido, these are not just acts of indiscipline, they are acts of open rebellion. If this sounds familiar, it is because the PDP has fought this war before. In 2022 and 2023, a group of 5 powerful PDP governors, known as the G5, broke ranks after the party's presidential ticket went to Atiku Abubakar. Led by Nyesom Wike, the G5 refused to back Atiku, claiming the PDP had revolted its own zoning principles by not giving the ticket to the South. That rebellion split the PDP's campaign in half and arguably cost them the presidency. Today, many of the same G5 figures are back in the headlines, still defiant, still challenging the party from within. And Wike, now serving in Tinubu's cabinet, is the most defiant of them all. In the middle of this political firestorm, Sule Lamido dropped a bombshell. Goodluck Jonathan is the PDP's best bet for 2027. He is most welcome, competent, and very qualified. I don't see a better alternative than Jonathan, Lamido said. Jonathan's presidency from 2010 to 2015 was marked by infrastructure expansion, agricultural reforms, and a softer political style that contrasted sharply with his opponents. But he was also marred by insecurity, economic pressures, and the perception, fair or not, that his government tolerated corruption. Since losing to Buhari in 2015, Jonathan has kept a low political profile, working as a statesman and election observer across Africa. Now, whispers in political circles suggest quite a lobbying is underway to bring him back into the PDP fold for 2027. But Jonathan himself, he said nothing publicly. Would he be returning to the PDP, or will he be flagging the flag of the PDP in 2027 remains a question. The PDP now faces an impossible choice. If it enforces strict discipline, it risks alienating powerful figures who control states, funding, and grassroots structures. If it tolerates open rebellion, it risks total collapse, turning into a party where loyalty means nothing. And with the APC already preparing for 2027, PDP cannot avoid paralysis. Every public fight, every rebel endorsement, every unpunished act of sabotage brings them one step closer to electoral defeat. From Wike to Adeleke, from Firestorm to Jonathan, the battle inside the PDP is more than just a clash of personalities. It is a fight for the party's soul. Can the PDP find unity before 2027? Or will it become just another cautionary tale of a giant that fell, not because of its enemies, but because of itself? The clock is ticking. The PDP's crisis isn't just an opposition problem. It is a test for Nigerians' democracy. When political parties collapse from within, the voters lose the chance for real choice. So, should the PDP sack Wike, Ortom, Adeleke, Okezie-Ikpeazu, or among others, Firestorm and the other rebels? Or should it swallow its pride, rebuild, and try to win them back? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. Hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dive into Nigerian's political drama. Because in politics, the war inside is always more dangerous than the battle outside. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm